what is up everyone, I am Demon Cringe, and today I bring to you a video talking about the ending of Adventure Time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so for the 3rd of September, you know, for the last time it was Adventure Time. And I really did want to make this video to share my thoughts on the whole matter. And of course it would be lying if I said I wasn't just a little bit saddened about the show actually ending, but we all know how it goes. Better to end off a show while it's still good instead of dragging it on until it's, you know, done with and boring and blah blah blah. So now that the show is finally ended, yeah, it is, you know, looking back at it, it's pretty huge, you know, like 8 whole years of Adventure Time, you know, single-handedly kicking off the Cartoon Network Renaissance era and basically pulling it from the horrors and of course the stagnation of the mid-2000s Dark Ages. But it actually might have gone a whole lot different, because the whole thing, if you actually remember the history of Adventure Time before it was on Cartoon Network, it basically revolved around a 50-50 chance. And what I mean by that is Adventure Time was officially first pitched to Nickelodeon. Yes everyone, it was basically a choice between Adventure Time or, get this, Fanboy and Chum Chum. And guess what the idiots at Nickelodeon did? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason why Adventure Time ended up on Cartoon Network to begin with is because of Nickelodeon's absolute idiocy and complete and total inability to see any sort of potential in their new shows and all that. So after that happened, Adventure Time, like I said, single-handedly kicked off what we know as the CN Renaissance era, inspiring tons and tons of animators to make their own awesome shows, some better than others, and of course, captivating the hearts of millions of children and adults alike. And basically the fandom spread like wildfire because of the show's sheer quality and imaginative storytelling. The animation and of course the art style of the show were super refreshing, as a lot of shows during the mid-2000s Dark Ages were basically cheaply made flash animated productions that were made to be easily consumable and discarded. Adventure Time was bright and colorful and had tons of time and effort poured into it. Every single episode was unique. And of course the storytelling itself, not only that it was the storytelling super imaginative, it was also the most emotionally real show on the whole network. In fact, it is so emotionally real that the only show that pretty much comes close to it is actually Gumball, and that was another aspect of why a lot of adults as well, you know, loved the show, because of how real the characters basically felt in the development. And of course the lore and history of the world was super captivating. The world building was just on point, perfect and all that. Basically the whole show itself was just a huge glob of awesomeness, you know. And of course the amount of time and effort that was just poured into the show was obviously not overlooked, as the show ended up winning a ton of awards, those being 8 Primetime Emmy Awards, 3 Annies, and 2 Children's BAFTAs, which is an absolutely monstrous, monumental achievement, I gotta say. So now for my thoughts on what I love the most about Adventure Time. So for me, one of the things that I definitely loved the most was basically the setting, and of course the direction of the story. It reminded me a lot of Hayao Miyazaki's storylines and all that. I'm a huge fan of Studio Ghibli, and of course Adventure Time definitely, you know, like hit that mark, I gotta say. I really love just the you know, deep character development, and of course the intertwining storylines. They were just super awesome, you know, brain fuel and all that. Basically with a lot of the stuff that I've listed before, like the world building, you know, the story, the animation and all that stuff, when you take a look at this show, you basically see a little bit of something that can you know, entertain anyone, you know, like whether you're a story guy, whether you're an animation guy and all that stuff. I'm a little bit of both, but I'm getting more towards the story and all that, and I am definitely more than impressed with the amount of you know, care and effort that the creators has sunk into the story and character development and all that. If you still haven't watched Adventure Time, for some reason, I really don't know who the hell hasn't at least caught one episode of Adventure Time on Cartoon Network. But if you haven't, I highly recommend you check it out. You know, DVD for the final seasons is actually available for purchase right now, seasons 8, 9, and 10. So that means you can buy all of them and just binge watch till your heart's content and all that. And I can guarantee you that you will love this show, especially if you, like me, appreciate more deeper and meaningful storylines and all that stuff. Storylines that really don't shirk away from showing, you know, both the good and as well as the bad. That's another thing that I really wanted to you know, mention. The show is actually a lot more mature than what a lot of people, you know, think it is. You know, a lot of people, like funny thing is, a friend of mine, you know, a lot of people can actually just take one look at the animation and all that stuff and think it's all pastel and kitty stuff. But yeah, it's actually a lot more, you know, meaningful and mature once you actually get into it. Well, folks, that's pretty much it from me. You know, I really did want to make a much longer video that goes more in depth about the certain aspects of the show, but yeah. Unfortunately, I got a lot of stuff on my plate right now, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing it for quite some time until I get everything sorted out. But I really didn't want to make this quick video to, you know, share my thoughts on it, maybe recommend the show to people that still haven't checked it out, you know, and of course, say my thanks to Adventure Time for all of the years of awesomeness. I will definitely be remembering the show very fondly for years and years to come, and of course, its legacy will permanently remain as a shining beacon of inspiration, and I really do hope that new animators and show creators will definitely, you know, look to it for inspiration, because it definitely has a huge amount of it. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Goodbye, Adventure Time, and thank you. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, press the bell icon, and if you wish to support me in a different way, my Patreon link is in the description below. And as always, I am Demon Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys and gals in the next video.